You may want to think twice before deeply inhaling the fragrances wafting from your favorite soap or skincare product. In this video, we review the research on artificial fragrances and their impact on health. Stay tuned to the end for tips on avoiding artificial fragrances. Many soap and skincare manufacturers use a bewildering variety of fragrances to make their products more appealing to a wide number of consumers. Consumers may also believe that, unlike other chemicals often found in skincare products that may cause health issues when absorbed through the skin, fragrances don't have the same health concerns. Unfortunately, this is not the case when it comes to artificial fragrances. What are artificial fragrances? They are a mixture of chemicals that are used to create a pleasant, powerful scent. Artificial fragrances can also persist longer in soaps and other skincare products compared to all natural scents. Unfortunately, it is unclear what chemicals are used to create these fragrances, because manufacturers are not required to disclose the ingredients used to create a fragrance. According to the United States Food and Drug Administration, the chemicals that create fragrances are trade secrets, and therefore the FDA doesn't require companies to report their ingredients in order to keep this information private. Often, the manufacturer will just include generic terms such as fragrance or perfume on a product label. This creates a lot of uncertainty since a fragrance can include a high number of synthetic chemicals and also toxins such as phthalates, which are endocrine disruptors. In fact, nearly 3,000 chemical compounds can be used as fragrance ingredients. In 2016, a comprehensive national survey of 1,136 adults in the United States was published, which was the first survey to examine Americans' exposures relating to fragrances. The study reported that 34.7% of the population experienced health issues after exposure to fragrances in consumer products. For example, 18.6% of people reported respiratory problems, 15.7% had migraines, and 10.6% had skin issues. Other health concerns included neurological symptoms, asthma attacks, and cardiovascular complications. These adverse health events disproportionately impacted females compared to males. For 15% of the survey respondents, the symptoms were so severe that they became sick, had to take time off from work, or even lost their job. Another concerning finding from the survey was the lack of general awareness that these fragrances had on health. Over 2/3 of the respondents were unaware that common fragrances could result in air pollutants, such as formaldehyde, that were hazardous to health. The author of the study, Dr. Ann Steinemann, reports that, quote, results from this study provide strong evidence that fragranced products can trigger adverse health effects in the general population, unquote. Dr. Steinemann also recommends to avoid or reduce the use of fragranced products in order to decrease the health risks associated with their fragrances. What can you do to avoid exposure to artificial fragrances? Unfortunately, you can't just rely on the organic seal to avoid some of these fragrances. For example, in one study that analyzed 37 products with fragrances, each product was emitting at least one chemical compound that was considered toxic or hazardous in the US. Over half of the products actually emitted carcinogenic hazardous air pollutants, such as formaldehyde and methylene chloride. There was no difference in these carcinogenic air pollutants between products labeled as organic or those that were non-organic. It's best to avoid any soap or other skincare product that has the words fragrance or perfume in its list of ingredients. If the product doesn't list any ingredients, avoid it like the plague. What are safer alternatives to artificial fragrances? Look for essential oils in the ingredient list. Essential oils are obtained through mechanical pressing or distillation, and they are concentrated plant extracts that provide the pure, natural scent of the plant. The use of essential oils dates back to ancient times. They were used in religious ceremonies, as well as for medicinal purposes. More recently, they are commonly used in aromatherapy and other alternative medicines. Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss another video with information and tips on living a health-forward lifestyle.